If you are a no-code consultant, one of your greatest allies is going to be your email list. This is how you engage with your prospective clients and ultimately build up your know-like-trust factor to establish authority in your niche. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down for you exactly how you can leverage email with a funnel that adds a lot of value and eventually alerts clients about the different ways that you can work with them for paid services. So if learning about this is of interest, stick around and let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Gareth. I'm the owner at Gap Consulting, where we help people to get organized and automated with no-code tools. But this video is coming to you from my spin-off brand, Built to Scale. Now, Built to Scale is all about helping other people achieve financial freedom and success in no-code consulting. So if you find yourself thinking, hey, I like software and I love helping people, well, then maybe being a no-code consultant would be a good fit for you. You can explore that by taking my 5-day challenge. This free challenge is designed to help you make your first $1,000 as an online no-code consultant. So grab that from our website at builttoscale.io. That's the number 2. But without further ado, let's hop into the heart of this video. We're talking about how effectively you can build a nurture sequence in email to take a new person who's hardly engaged with your brand, take them along on a journey, a quick journey over the course of a week or 2, and eventually let them know about the different paid services that you offer. Now, what I'm sharing with you here is actually an update to our funnel that we have just implemented at Gap Consulting. By the time this video goes live, what I'm about to share with you here has just been implemented in our business. So I'm going to break it down for you and show you exactly what this process looks like from start to finish. Let's drill on into my screen and take a look at this process. I'm going to zoom in here and we'll start with where people come in at the top of the funnel. Now, effectively what happens in any funnel, just as I did in this video here, I'm saying to you, hey, when you're ready, if you want to take the next step, go ahead and grab our 5-day challenge or whatever the free thing is that you're offering to your audience to make them go, I really liked this person's video. Let me see if they can help me out even more. All I have to do is put in my email address and get some information. It's a good deal, right? On both sides. You're getting an email address as a business owner. Email is the lifeblood, second only to cash in your business. So that's a great thing. And on the other hand, you're providing a massive amount of value, whatever it is that you're offering for free when somebody provides that email address. So it really works like this. In this particular case, we have a funnel called Airtable Crash Course, or ACC. They come on in and they start the funnel. They get tagged as soon as they come into the system in our email service provider. You can use any different tool for this. Even free ones like MailChimp do a really good job. Of course, you can get more advanced email service providers that are more costly over time, but you don't have to start and pay a lot of money out the gate. So basically, you add a tag when they first come in based on the form that they filled out. In this case, we build a specific form on a specific landing page. So when they fill out that information, we know that they're interested in starting this particular funnel. So now they're in the Airtable Crash Course funnel. And we break down inside of our system exactly what that funnel is going to look like. So zooming in here, what I have is day 0, welcome email with access to the first lesson. Now, when somebody signs up for a course, we usually call that day 0. So when they sign up, whether it's at 8 a.m. in the morning or 5 p.m., they're going to get an immediate email on day 0 that has the information that you promised to share with them if they signed up for that. Now, of course, in our particular example, we're going to provide information over a series of days. So this first email that goes out is just going to be that initial email that says, hey, you've signed up. Here's the first lesson. Now, what we do in our situation is we then create a landing page on our website that hosts that first video with that unique lesson. So in this case, for the Airtable Crash Course, when you first sign up, you're going to get an email that talks about Airtable's uniqueness and welcomes you to this new crash course that you signed up for. And it's going to include a link with a video that says, hey, this is what makes Airtable unique. This is what's special about it and how it is different from a spreadsheet, etc. On the next day, now we're in day 1. Now, the key takeaway for day 1 and every day following this is your emails are going to go out at the same time. So maybe that's 9 a.m., maybe it's 10 a.m., whatever the case may be. The key difference here is on day 0, when someone first signs up, they're getting an immediate response. Every day following that, they're going to get it at a predetermined time. So now that we're on day 1, we're putting out a video called Understanding Field Types. And so, as you would imagine, it's going to link to another landing page that hosts that video that says, hey, here's what field types are. Here's what you need to know in order to move forward with Airtable. What I want to point out here is that the entire crash course, as we go through it, day 1, day 2, formulas, day 3, automations, day 4, interfaces, all of this is simply providing value. The key takeaway for you is that all we're doing here is delivering on the promise of whatever this crash course or whatever this email funnel is designed to do. If you start getting salesy up front, then frankly, you're going to lose a lot of credibility with your audience. And so this is a bit of a longer approach, right? We've now taken 5 days from day 0 all the way to what is essentially day 6, and we've just included a lot of value. Our goal during that time is to simply provide massive value to our prospective clients and honestly just facilitate the thing that we promised, to get them up to speed inside of Airtable so that they understand the fundamentals of the software. On the last day of the crash course here, we're including a bonus video about junction tables, which is a more advanced feature inside of Airtable. And after that, we're pretty much done with the crash course. We send an email on what is day 6 that's really just, hey, you did it, congratulations, keep using this, let's give you some advice and encouragement, because of course we also need to be uplifting for prospective clients to make sure that they know that they have the skills now at their disposal in order to build and do the things they want inside of the software. Now that we've delivered on our value promise, now it's okay to turn around and start talking about different services that we might offer. Again, to reiterate, if we started pitching our services way in the beginning of this, we would not have facilitated our promise. Our initial promise was, hey, sign up for our crash course and I'm going to teach you how to use Airtable. Well, if we start pitching our stuff at that point, then we have never delivered on our promise, and of course we have no credibility with our prospective clients. But after we've already delivered all this massive value, now we can tag them in our email service provider and say, now you have completed the crash course. We're going to skip a day, and then we're going to move you into another funnel. And this is another sequence, just a different email sequence. And we're going to, in our case, talk about the different services that we offer and teach you how you might take next steps with our company. Now, again, we've already delivered on our initial promise, and that is the biggest, most important part of this entire process. So now what do? Well, we speak to the agitation, talk about how hard it is to go alone on this, introduce different services that we offer and how they might fit in and provide massive value for these clients. So we have an email that goes out with an associated video that talks about all of our services. Then we skip a day. And then the next day we say, hey, maybe you just need 1 or 2 hours of help. We include with that a video that talks about how we offer hourly consultation. Skip another day. Next day, hey, maybe you have a larger budget and you just want to drop this project in our lap and let us build it from scratch. We can do that too. Here's a video on that. This is what that process looks like. Okay, then we skip another day. Hey, maybe you don't need any of those things. Maybe you want to take a course on Airtable, a really in-depth course that's going to take your skills all the way to the max level. Cool, we've got courses as well. Did you know that? Share a little video on our courses. The idea here is that we're not being over the top salesy. I'm not a big fan of being salesy, of trying to convince people that they need to buy from us and using sleazy sales tactics. I think that, frankly, our audience is highly educated and far too smart to ever fall for that nonsense. So I would never even try to take advantage in that way anyway. For me, I think the best way to run a business, especially as an online entrepreneur with a public-facing persona, it's frankly just to be as transparent as possible. Share all of the information, be as upfront and as responsive as you can, and through that, people will ultimately wind up trusting you because of the fact that you're not playing games. In this day and age, people smell through all of these sales tactics in a second, so frankly, I've never really gravitated towards them, and I don't think you need to either in order to grow your business. Now, one last thing I want to point out here is that you can reuse a lot of this information. And you'll see here that we actually have another entry point to our funnel. Not only do we have the Airtable crash course that then feeds into our sales and services, but we could also offer a different type of funnel. And I strongly recommend that as you expand your business, you do the same thing here. You experiment with different funnels because different pieces of content that you create will attract different people who might have different needs and will want to get on your email list for different reasons. So in this case, we also offer a different training that is an advanced 1-hour webinar on automation. So people sign up for that training. It's similar to the crash course, but it's going to go through a different series. Here, they're going to get an email with the training. On the next day, they're going to get another email that points back to the original training that says, hey, I know that was a lot of training, that was a long bit of information, but make sure that you bookmark this and watch it when you can. On the next day, we're going to talk about the compounding effect of automation, meaning that if you solve a problem with automation today, it's going to reap compounding effects for you in the future. But then effectively, they finished this much shorter series. We still want to move them into this one where we start talking about our services. So the point is, all of these pieces that you build, they can work together, and you don't have to make it as linear as I first described. There can be moving parts in here, and this will get more and more complex as your business grows and scales. I know we went into a lot of detail here, and I hope this didn't overwhelm, but if you have questions, please don't hesitate to drop them below. I would be happy to respond to them. Of course, if you want to stay up to date on no-code news and no-code consulting, be sure you've subscribed to this channel. That's it for this one, and in the meantime, keep on building. Cut me back a little bit. Be sure to subscribe to this channel.